Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Yeah, and I'm gonna be getting on and off topic like normal. I'm sloppy. Please don't. Right after I say I'm sloppy, I'm gonna ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. But okay, I'm gonna post the video in here or whatever so you guys can watch for yourself, but it was near the end that really kind of slightly triggered me because I love how the host has people from different demographics politically and stuff so we can listen from to them, and also the comedians, they are able to take some of their comments on a flip side funny, so at least through the pain or through the ignorance we can still laugh through it. But near the end, the guest that's Republican, tried to say that Democrats gave up on the working class. And you know what, the ones who are more concerned about the stock market and like how who's going to give them money, yes, but then is you can't say all. We had a chance to have Bernie Sanders for president. He's a progressive, and AOC, progressive. We had a lot of people running previously that were progressive, that wanted to create things for the working class. But whenever someone who wants to promote and help out the working class, you keep voting them out. So when people keep saying that the Democrats failed, no, you don't want the working class to improve by your own votes. It's like we've had so many people running for office that are progressive, but when they do, you don't want to hear it from them, especially when the more moderate, or when conservatives especially hear about Medicare for all, when they hear about equal health care, they don't want equal. They don't want equal. Especially they're like, oh, I don't want it controlled by the taxes. But then when you look at other free countries, first world countries, you see like their systems are not perfect, but they're better and great than what we have. But then, oh yeah, Purdue University. Yeah, they talked about Canada's health system and compared it to ours. And yeah, let's just say that full of lies. And that's one reason why it kind of scares me with how now they are going to be controlling education. And looking at the videos they have, it's full of so much falsities. And a lot of these kids are going to be too lazy to go open a book that has real information. So they are just going to walk around and let these lies stay in their head and not listen to anybody because, oh no, Purdue University says this. Mm. But anyway, it's just really an when this guy had the nerve to say that, and again, it's like I named a couple, and we just voted out a couple earlier this year of progressives and the squad who are looking for our best. And it's like, especially with the war going on, some people voted against them because of some of their views with that. And I'm just like, the same people who say all lives matter are now choosing which lives matter more, or are now saying, based off the Bible, we have to choose these lives over those lives because of what my religion says. But all you during Black Lives Matter, you said all lives matter. So part of me is just like, just like the Bible, you only read what you want to read. You only take it as how you want to take it. You only take advantage of the scriptures that will help you be right, even though you yourself know that you're in the wrong a lot of the times, especially when it comes to feminism, sexism, and all this, all the ableisms and all the other isms and everything like that. Yes, I said it. I'll say it again too. But when it comes to the end of what they were saying, yes, I know it's taken me a while, but it's coming together for a reason. When they were saying that the Democratic Party gave up, and he had the nerve to say something about it cost $600 more a month for families. Oh, my girl dug in like Amber, because she just dug in. And because if you guys have been paying attention, because a lot of people were not paying attention during the election. I'm not saying you personally, but somebody around you I know has not been paying attention. When Trump did that whole, because yeah, everyone's like, oh, he's not into politics. He's a star. He loves attention. 45 loves attention. And like with the whole McDonald's thing, I think it irked him so much because he was given the privilege of a silver spoon in his mouth. He has never had to work for anything. It was given to him. He was given something to play with. He was given something to continue to be rich on. He was already rich. And he grew up raised on how to control the money and what to do when you file for bankruptcy and how to not pay people and how to hire illegal immigrants but hide them in the background so other people don't see them. Yeah. So when with the whole McDonald's thing, when Kamala, I think it just got him so upset that someone literally started from the bottom, and she worked and worked and worked and went to law school. And then especially when people say McDonald's wasn't on her resume, okay, that just shows me, okay, it's like some people are going to take this sensitively, but certain people are going to understand how resumes work and how some people have different versions of resumes depending on the position. Some people understand that once you get to a certain level that you no longer put certain like positions on your resumes. Like you might, maybe if you did a specific job that might help you with something, you might just add that bullet point. So during the interview, they might like, oh, where did you learn how to, or where did you use this ability or skill? Then you can bring that up. But you have one page. I repeat, you have one page to voice out and fight for a position that you want and desire. And so, unless you were like a high ranking person at McDonald's, you're not really going to put McDonald's, like, or maybe a manager for management positions or something like that. Yeah, McDonald's is probably not going to be on the resume. It's like, sorry, boo boo, but that's just not how it works. And it's like a lot of his following, but just like, oh, she lied, she didn't work at McDonald's, she never worked at McDonald's. That just shows their ignorance. It shows their ignorance. Honestly, I want to use different words, but I won't. I'll be nice, but especially ignorance, arrogance, and just naiveness. But then he turned around and I'm going to play McDonald's today. And they closed down a McDonald's for a few hours, invited news reporters, and then hired people to come and be in the lines. So when the camera got on, people could be like, oh, you're our favorite dude. You're our favorite guy. You're our favorite president. You're amazing. And it's just like that was all a skit, all a play, all a performance. But during that interview, a reporter asked 45, what are you going to do about the minimum wage? Are you going to raise the minimum wage? She asked both in her question. And his response, some of you guys who are workers, the working class did not listen. Because when Amber, like when she was saying what she was saying at the end of the show, I'm like, exactly, because his following is so stuck up on him that they didn't listen to what he said. Because he replied, oh, the McDonald's people, they make plenty. They make enough. No, I'm not going to raise minimum wage. They make plenty of money. They're thankful. They're grateful for their positions and where they're at. But how come years ago they were fighting for minimum wage to be lifted to $15 to $25 an hour? And who was in some of those picket lines? Kamala Harris. Kamala. was in the picket lines. People aren't going to believe me. It's in the news. They have records. I've seen it. And years ago, when it was going on, I remember it was her and a couple other people that were progressives in the squad. Or before, it was before the squad, but it was like pre squad people were, you know, and Bernie Sanders. So when people try to tell me the Democratic, no, 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 part of the Democratic Party, the people who you guys are not voting for, the people who have been fighting for you, the people who have been trying to fight for everybody. But then some people are like, no, you're fighting for them. I don't want you to fight for them. I want you to fight for me. Oh, it's like you believe in this, and it's like, or you want all people to have health care. And no, it's like, I paid for my health care. And but then you're forgetting the fact that some people are literally passing away or they're losing their houses. Like, just economy wise, like, I don't know what it is about. Some people just don't care if you pass away, but then they say all lives matter. And then they say they're against abortion because of pro life. They're pro life until, they're only pro life until, they're pro control. I'll repeat, they are pro control. And it's really annoying and frustrating because it's like hearing the Republican Party keep saying that the Democrats forgot. No, they did not forget. Oh, it's like they're not perfect. They have so many things they need to work on. And it's like, especially with when Kamala Harris had her whole speech, and the, like, even with small businesses, she wants to help. We need help, especially the black females who are trying to run a business. We only get around 1% of the grants, but then there was a lawsuit by a group of white people who said it was racist. But then it's like, okay, so tell the banks to stop being racist when we apply for business loans. How come we get denied so often? How come we get left behind? How come we, it's like, are denied so often? But now there is actually a community that is welcoming us, that wants to help us. But you are going to sue just because you do not want us to have an even platform with starting our own business, having the American dream. You don't want us to have the American dream. And so it's really annoying and frustrating when people keep saying the Democratic, like, no, 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 no. It's like the Democratic Party is like, they're like, in so many ways we're still trying to fight for equality, and we're fighting against racism. We're fighting against ableism, sexism, because the red pill. And it's like, why do people like Joe Rogan? It's like, cause, and I think that's another thing. Like, when I date or when I talk to guys, I ask, do you watch Joe Rogan? I do. I have. I don't ask every time because usually I can kind of tell, but once I find out if the guy does, I don't want to talk to him anymore. I have no interest because he, yeah, I don't have a great opinion of him whatsoever. And but at the same time, I see why so many men love, and I mean love, like they'll listen to every single word he says, even though he, like, later on, oh, that's not true. Oh, that's not facts. Oh, they lied. Oh, that, like, my one of my last people I interviewed, like, eliminated people off the earth. Oh, it's like that happened, this happened. I stereotyped. Oh, like, oh, there's like, but people are just gonna listen to him, just like 45, just like 45. For some reason, people are just annulled, or and I don't know what it is. But then when you have honest people who do their homework and their research and they're telling you the truth, but then they say we're lying or making stuff up or we're just stupid or naive or that we don't know how to have our own thoughts and opinions, but then you're listening to these men or Fox News where, oh my God, yeah, the same station who has some of their news people or storytellers who have bragged about damaging a car in order to date a woman, I believe while they were still married, And now he's married to the woman who he damaged the car of because he wanted to make sure he had a chance at a date with her. So he had to make sure she wasn't able to go anywhere. Yeah. These are the type of people you're listening to. These are the type of people you follow. These are like these are the men who men are just fascinated by. And then we have the other red pill hosts, which I don't even want to say their names, but this is why when I try to start all of my projects, like a lot of you guys already know with what everything I'm working on, this is why they try to drag me down. This is why they can't stand me. And it's crazy and amusing, but crazy. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to change. And I think that drives them more crazy. Because I think one reason why they troll me so much, because I think they think that if they troll me enough, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, no man is ever going to want me. Oh my gosh, I'm okay. I'm going to do anything and everything I can. I am going to change my opinion. I'm going to change my standards just so I can have a man that I will never be happy with. They don't care about my happiness. They don't care about my happiness. They care about their power, their dominance. They care about making me be submissive. They just want me to have babies and be at home and follow with what they say, make their sandwich. And like I said in one of my last videos, I have no problem making a man a sandwich as long as he'll make me one. Yeah, I'm one of those. And men hate it, and I love it. Hate mixed with petty, it tastes delicious. And I'm not saying like just all the time, every time, but it's like I'm gonna be doing my work too. And at the same time, I'm gonna be making dinners, doing laundry and stuff, but there's gonna be moments in my life where if I have tons of shipments, if I have a chapter I'm really trying to finish that night, and or one of my projects, I might need to ask him, can you please put the laundry in the dryer? Can you make or heat up dinner if there's like, because more than likely there'll be some leftovers of something. But I don't know. It's just, it's sad. And especially when you tell me that the Democratic Party gave up on us. Did they give up on us? With her platform, she tried. And they try to blame her for not answering a question on The View when that's her comrade. That's her, like, I mean, that's her ride or die until January 20th. That's someone she's worked with, someone who, like, with COVID, she partnered up with to try to make sure we got out safely. And even with the border plan, 45 told them to not vote for it because they want to blame him for it. And they still don't believe that, but now that he's voted, now they brag about it. Now that he's voted in, he brags about the fact that he did that because now he is going to have it voted in because now he wants credit for something that should have been Biden's. That's the same thing they did with Obama. The same thing. But no one's going to really pay attention or care. But to me, either way, I am going to continue being me. And I have no idea what the next 4 years is going to be like, but that's why I'm just going to be me even harder. And the the funny thing, the trolling has slowed down. I'm going to show you the newest ones, and I've found out how I can post and put all of the images that I have up for all to see. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it on Patreon, so I'm probably going to do that or work on that throughout the week, because, honey, that is going to take months, if not a year, to put all of them up. And it's like a lot of black men now, too. It's like a lot of black guys are the ones that are trying to write me and tell me that I need to submit or respect. And it's just like, what? Oh, honey, yeah, it's like, you need to go on to one of those conservative Republican girls. You got the wrong one. Sorry, or actually, I'm not sorry. I'm thankful and so happy that I will never, ever meet these men. And some of the men say they know someone I know. And one of the guys that I know called me telling me how often this guy talks about me. And it's to the point where if you write me 5 times, troll me 5 times, calling me every name in the book and putting me down because I'm a Democrat, why would you like? And then the guy who he knows, yeah, he said he called me crazy. But then he admitted that he called me crazy because I said I was going to start my own business and write my books. And how he remembered looking me up online and finding out that I published my books. And he said that he was jealous. And he hates the fact that I'm actually trying to accomplish things in my life. And he hates that I'm so bubbly, cheerful, and imaginative. And that sometimes my thoughts and opinions, it's like I'm able to like carry such vivid conversations he's not used to. And he was like, he says that it's like he didn't think being a square would get me anywhere, because he says that like to him I'm crazy and boring. But then now, yeah, he's one of the guys who told me that in order to date him I had to drop out of grad school. So that should give you a picture of the type of guy who was trolling me 5 times. If you know one of the men who told me to drop out of grad school to date him, ah, and then you kept trolling me like every 2 months, trolling me. Because the thing is, with one of the dating apps, because there's like 5 dating apps connected into one, but if you write somebody and they don't respond, you can't try again for 2 months. It's like and I think you can write them twice until you can no longer write again. And oh my gosh, it's so funny because literally about every 2 months, once he found out he could write me again, paragraphs. And it's like one of the times I did respond back, because when he kept just calling me the R word and different names and everything, it was just like, okay, you don't fit my dating standards. Why? And then you're so mad that I talk politics. Why are you writing me? Why are you writing me? You have proven that I am not your type, and you have proven you are definitely not my type. This is a dating app. Why are you writing someone you would never date? Why are you writing somebody that would never date you? Why are you writing somebody that never wants to talk to you? Why? Why would you write someone that would never want to have a conversation with you? That just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And like I said, I know my standards seem really high, but I worked hard to fit every one of those standards. And men keep hating me for me fitting into those standards. Because when I first start talking to a guy, before I had this list of standards, and they start finding out about my degrees and certifications, once they find out about me writing my books and starting my businesses, once they start finding out that I invest and that I want to invest more and start different streams of income and different things, they hate that. A lot of men hate that because I have no idea what his name is, but there's been a couple men lately, especially African American men who interview, and they say they want broke women because when they're dating, it, like if they want a sandwich, if they say something, the woman has to do it because she has nowhere else to go. And if she wants to leave, she can't leave, so she'll stay and do what he says. I think that's one reason men hate me so much, because I am very determined to make sure I don't end up like that. And that's one reason why I have tried to create as many backup plans as I can so that I can never say that I'm going to be dependent on a man, or I'm going to have to fix him a sandwich, or I'm going to have to do his laundry or clean his house. It's like, and I don't know, I'm just but that part of the episode, when she voiced out, it impressed me because she gets it. A lot of people are following these men and they love every word that comes out of their mouths. And I think they love it because they don't want to actually do their own research and find out facts. And some of them, they are so into just dominance and power that they follow the people who appear to have that dominance and power. And the men who have bragged about taking advantage of women, they love it because that's what they want to do. They don't want to respect women. They don't. They don't want to acknowledge that women have brains and ideas and able to do things on their own. Oh, never. They never want to think that because then they won't have all of the, well, they won't have the privilege anymore of saying how dominant men are. And, well, I have a lot of other thoughts, but thank you for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.